Okay, music theory community, hello once again. Today I would like to talk about voice exchange in harmony. And what I have here set up is treble and bass clef. Key signature is key of A. And we have a one chord set in chorale style. Here's the root of the chord, the A. Here's the root of the chord again, the A in the tenor part. The E natural is the what of the chord. It's the fifth of the chord. And then we have our third of the chord in the soprano. So a good way to create voice exchange is to typically begin with scale degree 3 in the soprano when starting to create voice exchange between a 1 chord and a 1/6 chord, which is the typical use of voice exchange in harmony. Okay, so now let's go on. We need a chord that can connect a 1 chord to a 1/6 chord. A 1/6 chord we know is a 1 chord in first inversion. The 6 defines that. So now, the 1/6 chord has scale degree 3 in the bass. So we're going to have our C sharp in the bass. Now, the chord that we need here is a passing chord. So a passing chord is a chord that connects the 1 chord to the 1/6 chord, and it must have scale degree 2 in the bass. So a passing chord we've been using a lot is the 7/6 chord. So let's focus on that chord once again. The 7/6 chord again is a diminished chord, and it has the notes 7, 2, and 4 in it. 7, 2, and 4. So at the moment you have scale degree 2. We would need the leading tone, and we would need the 4th scale degree. Now think about doubling in a 7/6 chord. The best tone to double in a 7/6 chord is your scale degree 2. Avoid at all costs doubling the leading tone, since leading tones need to resolve up. And the other option would be to double the 4th scale degree. But definitely doubling the 2nd scale degree is the more common option. Now let's look on. Voice exchange needs to have scale degree 3 in the soprano move down by step, and then continue moving down by step to the tonic. So now what you've created here is, notice how there's an A in the bass here, and now there's an A in the soprano here. Notice how there was a C sharp here in the soprano, and now the C sharp is here in the bass. These voices have been exchanged, and that is the use of voice exchange. So once again, it typically happens between a 1 and a 1/6 chord with the use of a passing chord in between. And it's a good way to maintain the harmony from here to here. You must again use an inversion of this initial chord. And typically, beginning on the 3rd scale degree on a 1 chord, descending down in contrary motion as to the bass line, you'll arrive at the tonic tone in the soprano here, and the bass line will rise to scale degree 3, and again, these voices are exchanged, and that is voice exchange. Let's flesh out these harmonies. In the 7/6 chord, we mentioned that the best tone to double is scale degree 2, and here is the use of the B, scale degree 2, doubled. Where is the best place to put the leading tone, the G sharp? Off these 2 tones. You can skip, but if you head off the tenor A, there's a smoother voice leading. Again, all leading tones tend to resolve up to the tonic. This leading tone resolves itself up. No more use of G sharp. What are we gonna do with the alto? It's sitting on an E natural. What notes do we still need to use? We need the D. And you can use it right there. Now, when you move in parallel motion like this, you do need to check that you don't have parallel fifths, perfect fifths. So let's check. From an A to an E natural is in fact a P5. Now our next tone. From a G sharp because it's in the key signature. To a D natural, is that a P5? No. No, what type of a fifth is that, students? G natural to D natural would be a perfect fifth. This tone is raised 1/2 step. It has to be a diminished fifth. So these are not, in fact, parallel fifths, and this is okay. Now let's look at resolution into the 1/6 chord. We have C sharp, we have an A, we have an A. It would be good to include the fifth of the chord, and there it is. The alto returns back to the E natural and into another P5. And once again, the harmonies are completed. Let's play a little bit of this so you can get a sense of what the harmonies are doing. So, here is the C soprano, the E natural in the alto, the A. I'm just gonna cross my hands over here. The A, and then the A an octave lower in the bass. So first chord, second chord, and resolution. One more time. And in block chord form, and there you have it, voice exchange, using a passing 7/6 chord. Thank you very much for watching.